Joined now by former Canadian international Clare Rustad. And Clare, FIFA handing out its punishment on Saturday. 6 points deducted from Canada at Paris 2024. 3 coaches have been suspended for their role in this drone spying scandal. Canada Soccer has been fined as well. Is the punishment fair to the team and its players?
I think we can kind of put aside the suspensions for the coaches and the fines because I think those were entirely expected. And I'm quite frankly, FIFA actually acted as swiftly as they did, and I'm grateful for it. And I think they did need to act swiftly because docking points from a team has implications on the preparation of every other team in their group. Do I think that docking points is fair? Yes. I think it's really difficult as a player and a fan of this team to approach this with the emotional reaction that you have, which is very visceral and very gutting on behalf of the players, with an objective reaction that some sort of punishment has to be handed out here to the team in order to be a deterrent for this kind of behavior in the future. I think that 6 points feels harsh and creates a pretty immeasurably difficult road to the quarterfinals for the Canadians. I thought 3 points would have been a fair punishment in this instance. But I do think that docking points and having a team consequence is fair, even though it is just, it just feels awful as a former player to say that. And we can all agree that I think that this puts the players in just an awful, awful position.
Well, after a win over New Zealand, Canada now takes on the Olympic host, the French. Even though they've been deducted those 6 points, there are scenarios where Canada could still advance. What do you make of those chances?
It's not easy. It I'm sure feels insurmountable to a lot of people, although they are not mathematically eliminated. It does change the next match against France, where ideally you take points off of France in an ideal situation. Even if you lose to them, it may not necessarily be catastrophic. But at this stage, not only do they need to take points off of them, and they don't necessarily mathematically have to win, but I think they do. I think that that's the only way they can secure or get any kind of security going into the match against Colombia. I don't think they can afford to be cagey in this match. I don't think they can afford to start slowly or make really any mistakes. They have to be as sharp as possible. They have to be as attacking focused as possible. And they have to push forward and press France and force them to make mistakes.
Yeah, first things first, they have to get through France. It's going to be difficult for them to hit the podium for a 4th straight Olympics.